You may think you know what cats look like, but some felines break the mold, with peculiar features stranger than you can imagine that set them apart from less unique cats. They have odd body types and weird fur that understates calling them just a cat. Join us as we show you 15 abnormally strange cats that actually exist. Number 15. Monty the Crooked Cat. Let us introduce you to a very special little feline named Monty. This adorable cat, who lives in Copenhagen, Denmark, has a unique facial feature that gives him a crooked, almost goofy appearance due to the absence of a nasal bone. But his owners, Michaela and Michael, took one look at him in the animal shelter and immediately fell in love with his cute yet crooked nose. Monty's condition is the result of a chromosomal abnormality he was born with. Without a nasal bone providing structure and support, his nose grew flattened and tilted sideways. So he's got quite an unusual nose for a cat. But Monty doesn't let his crooked nose slow him down one bit. According to his owners, Monty is a bubbly, energetic cat who loves to race around the house chasing his toys and playfully harassing his feline housemates. When he's not causing friendly mischief, Monty enjoys snuggling up in his owner's laps to nap or gazing out the window to check for birds and squirrels to chitter at. Despite his somewhat startling appearance, Monty has quite the fan base. His Facebook page has over 600,000 followers captivated by his silly, crooked face and playful antics. Fans from around the world send him gifts, fan art, and messages about how he brightens their day. So while he may not have a perfectly straight nose, he seems to have perfectly straight access to people's hearts. As Monty's owners have said, his special appearance makes him cute as a diamond. And he is certainly a gem of a cat, whose adorably crooked face only adds to his delightful personality. This little Copenhagen kitty may not have a straight nose, but he's got a straight shot at being an international feline celebrity. Number 14. Zany Twolegged Cat. Meet this inspiring kitty named Duck. The reason behind this name is that little Duck was born missing both of his front legs, which gives him a hopping, kangaroo-like gait. With his two hind legs doing double duty, his bouncy movements resemble a duck waddling along. Duck was rescued from a shelter in California by a caring woman named Val, who looked past his disability and saw a kitten brimming with affection to give. And Duck has certainly flourished in his new forever home. He fearlessly ziplines across the living room, leaps up onto furniture, and even races his canine housemate Zoe with gleeful abandon. You'd never guess this energetic tabby was any different from a four-legged cat. Duck's infectious joie de vivre and zest for life could launch 1,000 motivational posters. He's become a social media darling, amassing over 50,000 adoring Instagram followers who tune in to catch his latest antics. Of course, life on two limbs instead of four does have its challenges for this brave boy. Litter boxes pose an issue for him to negotiate. But Duck doesn't let small problems get this feathered traveler down. Val has trained Duck to use puppy pee pads instead. Through thoughtful accommodation and new solutions, Val ensures Duck enjoys all the happy, carefree experiences any cat should have. Duck's heartwarming story shows that disabilities don't preclude animals from living full, joyful lives. With compassion and creativity from pet owners, kitties like Duck can thrive despite physical differences. He sets an uplifting example about persevering with a steadfast spirit. Number 13. Elf Cat. Some cats inspire envy for their lush fur coats or glittering emerald eyes. But did you know a distinct breed exists where bald is beautiful? Sporting naked, wrinkly bodies coupled with wild, curly-tipped ears, elf cats resemble quirky mythical imps. These unique cats originated just over a decade ago, when two cat breeders envisioned combining the hairless sphinx's smooth skin with the outlandish ears of an American curl. Through careful breeding selection, Karen Nelson and Kristen Leadham successfully produced the first kitten exhibiting both traits in 2006, thus creating the elf cat breed. While hairless, elf cat's leathery skin comes dappled in a range of colors and patterns from tabby stripes to calico spots to tawny tigers. Their most iconic feature remains those fantastically cocked back ears akin to Cupid, tapering to pointed tips covered in fine, downy fur. These radar-like ears can turn independently, allowing elves to tune into sounds from all directions. Despite alien Cranach's exaggerating normal cat features, the friendly temperament and intelligence of elf cats' two parent breeds shine through. These quirky felines enjoy learning tricks, playing fetch, and bonding closely with human families. Their hairless bodies also make them ideal pets for those challenged by allergies. Part Yoda, part gremlin, part terrestrial alien, elf cats resemble mythical imps come to life. But beneath that eccentric Dr. Seussical appearance purrs an affectionate, smart pet eager to work their elf magic-pleasing families as fabulous feline companions. Number 12. Evil-looking cat. Don't let looks deceive you. One glance at this cat named Wilfred Warrior and you might mistake him for part gargoyle. With bulging eyes, jagged teeth poking out at odd angles, stringy fur, and distorted features, Wilfred Warrior might just be the Keith Richards of the feline world. But what Wilfred lacks in conventional good looks, he makes up for with an affable personality. In fact, many fans call him the sweetest and friendliest cat online. Hard to imagine, right? Yet despite his rather alarming appearance, Wilfred loves nothing more than chasing cat toys, sunbathing, splashing in water dishes, and charming human friends with snuggles. Wilfred's eccentric features are due to a confluence of different genetic conditions. He has an underbite jaw, causing his tongue to perpetually stick out. Missing teeth create gaps in his Cheshire cat grin. An eye infection as a kitten resulted in a bulging eye and limited vision. Yet through it all, Wilfred enjoys life unbothered. As the internet's most famous ugly cat, Wilfred has a very big fan base checking out his silly antics. Fans delight in this chinchilla Persian cat looking like a mad scientist crossed with a vampire, but his doting owner Jenna takes all the curiosity and comments about his looks in stride. To her, Wilfred is perfect as he is. Crooked teeth, bug eyes, silly tongue, and all. Wilfred Warrior's immense fanbase proves you can't judge a cat by its fangs. Behind his alarming facade lies an innocent sweetheart, brimming with character and joy. He happily bumbles through life making friends wherever he goes. So next time you come across someone unusual looking, take a cue from Wilfred by looking beyond surface appearances to discover the real individual underneath. Number 11. Twofaced Cat. In the 1999 horror film The Ring, a creepy character tells the chilling story of a two-faced woman who took her own life. That disturbing urban legend echoes a very real medical condition called diprosopis, where animals are born with two faces on one head due to abnormal fetal development. So when a Janus kitten named Frank and Louie was born in 1999 with two mouths, two noses, three eyes, and one brain, he seemed destined for the same unhappy ending as that two-faced woman. Most diprosopis cats die soon after birth without developing properly. Yet somehow, the feisty Frank and Louie defied slim odds for survival. Against all expectations, this two-faced cat thrived under the dedicated care of owner Marty Stevens. Though Frank and Louie had to be bottle-fed as a kitten, both of his mouths connected internally, allowing him to eat normally. As an adult, three-eyed Frank and Louie enjoyed snoozing, pouncing cat toys, and begging for treats like any other feline. Remarkably, the Guinness Book of World Records recognized Frank and Louie as the world's longest-living Janus cat, surviving 15 years until his death from cancer in 2014. By treating Frank and Louie's rare disorder with compassion, Marty gave him nearly 3 times longer than the average 5-year feline lifespan. Two-faced or not, this was truly one special cat. Frank and Louie demonstrated that physical anomalies don't preclude animals from enjoying life. His owner looked beyond startling appearance to nurture the indomitable feline spirit within. Love and care made Frank and Louie part of the family, two faces and all. Number 10. Larry, the Chief Mouser. In the United Kingdom, 10 Downing Street in London is famous for its distinguished occupant, the British Prime Minister. But did you know another VIP also resides at 10 Downing Street? For the past decade, the Chief Mouser named Larry has kept the titular leader of Britain pest-free. As Chief Mouser to the Cabinet Office, Larry's top responsibility involves controlling vermin issues at the Prime Minister's headquarters. Larry takes his mousing tasks very seriously, keeping Downing Street free of mice and rats by decreasing the rodent output. Known for prowling the historic halls and hidden nooks with a look of intense feline focus, Larry has been recorded on official duty dispatching numerous mice. In between important pest patrols, 15-year-old Larry finds time to tweet political commentary to his hundreds of thousands of followers. Well, his owners operating Larry's Twitter account do, but the pithy quips provide lively insight on current events as if penned by Larry himself. Fans adore his cheeky observations and deadpan sense of humor about the elite world he inhabits. No matter who heads the government, loyal Larry remains a fixture at 10 Downing Street. He has served under 5 British prime ministers so far. When asked about the pressure of his prominent government job, the unflappable Chief Mouser simply grooms a paw and remarks on Twitter, "I can't wait to see who my next staff members will be." From dispatching rodents to dishing dirt, Larry seems born for public office. Number 9. Cat with 6 legs. Stray cats have to resort to all manners of inventive tactics to survive on the streets. But a plucky stray cat named Polly got creative in a very different way, by being born with 6 legs instead of the usual 4. This incredibly rare genetic condition proved challenging for Polly, as he struggled to walk properly while dragging around 2 extra non-functioning limbs attached to his chest. Little Polly was discovered by a woman named Deborah Lewis wandering the streets of Edmonton, Canada alone. His extra legs severely hampered his mobility, so she decided to contact Little Cats Lost, a local cat rescue organization. They brought him to the Oxford Animal Hospital for evaluation and care. There, veterinarian Dr. Tamer Mahmoud diagnosed Polly as having what is likely the remains of an incompletely absorbed fetus from a twin that didn't fully develop in utero. About 1 in 1,000 cats experience this very unusual condition, where they are born with extra limbs. Fortunately for Polly, the wonderful staff at Oxford Animal Hospital worked with the rescue organization to raise funds for the costly surgery required to remove his extra legs. Generous donors pitched in over $2,000, enough for Polly's surgery and medical care. The surgery successfully removed Polly's non-functioning limbs. After a week of recovery at the animal hospital, this brave little survivor was placed with an experienced foster home through the rescue group to continue healing before becoming eligible for adoption. Thanks to the big hearts and medical expertise of his rescuers, what could have been a devastating disability for this street cat instead has a happy ending. Number 8. Stubs the Mayor Cat. The tiny hamlet of Talkeetna, Alaska has less than 1,000 residents, and a very unusual mayor that served the town faithfully for nearly 20 years. You see, the honorary mayor of Talkeetna since 1997 was not a human politician, but a beloved orange feline named Stubs. This fearless cat got his start in politics when he was elected mayor as a write-in candidate in 1997. The townspeople reportedly tired of the human candidates running that year and decided to declare Stubs a joke. But what started as a joke soon became serious business as Stubs proved himself at the job and was re-elected consistently for the next 2 decades. During his long tenure as mayor, Stubs became a famous fixture around town. Known for his easygoing demeanor and willingness to tolerate being petted and photographed, visitors could find him hanging outside local landmark Nagley's General Store, which became his unofficial mayoral office. Stubs could also often be found at the neighboring West Rib Pub and restaurant, charming tourists while enjoying catnip-laced water served in a wine glass. At the age of 20, Stubs passed away in 2017 after having governed Talkeetna with a firm but benevolent paw for nearly a third of the rustic town's history. By giving Stubs a chance, what started as a gag election turned into a promotion of community spirit and provided worldwide publicity for tiny Talkeetna. And we have Mayor Stubs to thank for putting politics aside and bringing some kindness and whimsy to public office. Number 7. Sprinkles. It's heartbreaking that some cats end up abandoned or wandering the streets hungry and struggling to survive. Such was the case for a very special, fluffy friend that rescuers discovered one day in dire straits. This cat was in especially bad shape due to extreme obesity. In fact, she weighed a whopping 32 pounds. This poor obese kitty was aptly given the name Sprinkles, as she was trapped inside an empty cardboard box that once contained Sprinkles baking decorations. Other than being painfully overweight, she had additional problems including severe urine scald marks, ear mites, and patches of missing fur from horrible flea infections. At 3 times a normal cat's weight, Sprinkles struggled with simple, everyday cat activities. Cleaning herself properly was impossible. Just walking across a room left her wheezing and exhausted. The fatty tissue and skin folds around her body were prone to dangerous infections. Her quality of life was very poor. Thankfully, Sprinkles was brought to an animal shelter where she could get the urgent medical care and strict diet plan she required. Her road to healthier weight will be long, but already she has made great strides thanks to dedicated shelter staff and volunteers gradually helping her drop the pounds. Stories like Sprinkles should remind us that cats rely on humans to keep them safe and healthy. By getting pets spayed, neutered, and making sure they get annual vet exams, owners can prevent so much suffering. As for Sprinkles herself, she continues her weight loss journey one day at a time, surrounded now by people who will love and care for her. Number 6. The Rusty Spotted Cat. The world's smallest wild cat species hails not from the jungle, but the teeming urban cities of India and Sri Lanka. Weighing just 2 to 3 pounds fully grown and measuring only 14 to 19 inches nose to tail, the rusty spotted cat is a tiny dynamo in a petite package. Their rusty red fur, marked by signature spots and striped tail, give them their distinct name. Don't be fooled by their diminutive size, though. What rusty spotted cats lack in stature, they make up for with mighty hunting skills and fearsome speed and agility. Their feather-light frames allow them to sprint rapidly and make hairpin turns while in hot pursuit of prey. From birds to rodents to insects, these fierce felines can take down victims twice their size. Rusty spotted cats are most active at twilight and during the night when their excellent hearing and eyesight give them an advantage while hunting. They easily scale trees and cliff faces in search of food, almost like a furry mountain goat. Very little is known about these solitary and elusive cats in the wild, since they are so adept at avoiding detection by researchers. Unfortunately, the very traits that make this species such successful hunters also put them at risk. Their preference for habitats with dense vegetation means they lose more jungle homes every year to rampant urbanization in India and Sri Lanka. Destruction of their environment also exposes them to dangers like poachers' snares meant to trap larger animals. Still, conservation groups are working to expand and connect fragmented pockets of remaining wilderness areas so the rusty spotted cat continues to thrive. And that means these diminutive tiger-striped kitties can keep displaying the fierce hunting skills and athleticism that allow them to punch so far above their tiny weight class in the wilderness. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Now we know there are many unusual cats in our world, but this image shows a cat more bizarre than most. Polymelia is a medical condition and congenital disorder that causes extra limbs, tails, or even heads to form. This cat has 8 legs and seems to walk quite comfortably. Regular cats sprint fast on 4 legs. Imagine how swiftly this 8-legged curiosity might race. Strange creatures sometimes turn out to be Photoshop jobs. Yet biological anomalies happen, so perhaps it evolved naturally. Either way, the photo piques the imagination. One wonders how it coordinated those extra limbs initially, and how it navigates life with 8 legs. Extra stability, speed, struggle. Have you seen unusual cats yourself? Could such a feline truly exist? Share your strangest cat tales and wildest speculations in the comments below. Number 5. The world's longest cat. For tiny kittens, the world seems boundless and full of adventure as they explore their surroundings with uncoordinated swats and toddling steps. But imagine a kitten who never stops growing until he towers over other felines by over 3 feet long. That's the perfect real-life story of Stewie, officially the world's longest cat in the Guinness Book of Records at a whopping 48.5 inches. As a Maine Coon kitten adopted by Robin Hendrickson in Reno, Nevada, Fluffy Stewie showed no signs of becoming an enormous cat. He lived happily alongside his canine companion Stretch the Greyhound and another average-sized cat named Ophelia. Then one day, Robin noticed 8-month-old Stewie was considerably larger than the other pets. To her surprise, Stewie just kept growing and growing and growing. Past 1 year, when most cats mature, Stewie was nowhere near finished. His legs, tail, and body elongated as he transformed into a friendly feline behemoth. By age 8, 48 plus inches long, Stewie weighed 28 pounds and required a custom extra-large litter box. Stewie's phenomenal proportions as an adult earned him media attention. Certified veterinarians carefully measured from nose tip to tail end to verify Stewie's incredible 48.5-inch length. In 2010, Guinness World Records proudly declared Beefy Stewie the new record holder for the world's longest domestic cat ever documented. Gentle Stewie took his new celebrity in stride, appearing at cat shows and greeting crowds of admirers eager to admire his 4-foot-plus orange and white furry frame up close. Sadly, Stewie passed away at age 8 from cancer complications in 2013, but his legendary legacy as longest cat lives on thanks to one Maine Coon's mysterious genetic jackpot. Number 4. Colonel Meow. Grumpy Cat and her ever-scowling face become an iconic internet meme seen around the world. Then burst onto the online stage another comically crabby kitty named Colonel Meow. With wild, wiry fur and an intense stare, this irritated-looking feline shot to internet superstardom. Colonel Meow first appeared on Facebook in 2011, posing moodily in photographs with cranky captions about world events from his owner Anne-Marie. But it was his explosive locks and extreme facial hair that rocketed him to viral fame as the cat who must be angry about something. Anne-Marie adopted the fluffy Himalayan Persian mix from a Seattle area shelter originally named Winnie. But his mushroom cloud explosion of unkempt fur became so extreme that his dignified new name Colonel Meow seemed to suit him better. Meow's cotton candy fur projections flew in all directions like a clouder of agitated cats. The Colonel became famous for his all-time world record-setting 9-inch long messy locks, which entered in Guinness Book of World Records. This white-furred grump's wiry stands grew so prolifically that he required regular haircuts for manageability. Fans delighted in his scowling, skinny-tailed, scraggly-furred appearance. To them, the angrier Colonel Meow looked, the better. Sadly, the Colonel passed away in 2014 from heart disease complications. Yet his legacy of cranky online comic lives on. The infamous Colonel pioneered that internet fame, fortune, and philanthropic influence could come in small, furry packages, even if those packages looked constantly offensive. Number 3. Savannah Cat. Tall and lanky, with leopard-style spots and huge satellite ears, the Savannah Cat was created by crossing jungle wildness with domestic docility. Savannah Cats originated in the 1980s when California breeder Judy Frank daringly mated a male African serval to a domestic Siamese cat. The resulting kitten's exotic beauty but tractable temperament sparked the development of a whole new pedigree, the Savannah. That wild serval ancestor gives Savannah cats their rangy height, topping out around 2 feet at the shoulder, dwarfing typical house cats. Their long, powerful legs let Savannahs dynamically leap over 7 feet up or 9 feet forward easily. Yet alongside high-performance bodies, Savannahs also inherited domestic cats' friendly personalities. Savannah kittens bond closely with owners, often following them from room to room like canine companions. Energetic and highly intelligent, they excel at learning tricks, playing fetch, and even walking on leashes. Many owners describe them as dogs in cats' bodies. Breeding Savannah cats continues today by mating them with carefully selected domestic cats like Bengals or Egyptian Mows. Skilled breeders artfully balance just enough serval genes to produce beautiful cats with wild appearances, retaining domestic dispositions. However, laws tightly restrict owning higher-ratio serval hybrid cats. Blending the best of both pedigree worlds, Savannah cats have springy moves that would leave an Olympic gymnast green with envy. Yet they purr contentedly snuggled in owners' laps at home. For those seeking an athletic pet beyond ordinary cats, a Savannah may be the perfect exotic yet endearing domestic match. Number 2. Matilda the Alien Cat. When a wide-eyed brown tabby kitten named Matilda was rescued from a cluttered hoarder house in 2013, no one could foresee this little furball's rocky transformation into an interstellar celebrity dubbed the Alien Cat. But over time, Matilda's ordinary kitten eyes met an extraordinary fate. At first, Matilda relished playfully scampering about her new forever home, batting toys with typical kitten zeal and curling up in sunny patches for long naps. Her eyes appeared normal aside from a slight tendency to squint. But as adolescent Matilda continued developing, subtle changes around her eyes signaled bigger problems brewing. The cause became clear once Matilda visited the veterinarian. She suffered from a rare disorder where the lenses detached inside her eyes, leaving them drifting freely. This agonizing, spontaneous lens luxation produced increasing pressure and inflammation. Poor Matilda's eyes bulged radially outward like bulbous black marbles trying to escape her skull. Shocked by Matilda's now alien-esque peepers, but committed to her well-being, her caring owners documented her surreal metamorphosis through social media. Matilda garnered millions of enthralled followers overnight, elevated to stardom by her extraterrestrial stare, even as her vision failed. Fan art poured in celebrating the strange but plucky alien cat. Despite her intergalactic appearance and mythic online fame, practical matters loomed for real-life Matilda. As her goggled eyes grew painfully engorged, nearly to the bursting point, surgery was necessary to remove the damaged lenses and tissues. Expert veterinary ophthalmologists provided Matilda with eye prosthetics for balance and comfort. Matilda adapted well to her new, blinded lifestyle while continuing to spread joy on media, looking far less startled with reconstructed eyes. As all cats do, the alien cat eventually used up her 9th life in 2020, departing Earth peacefully for broader cosmic realms. Number 1. Toiger. Tigers prowl the pages of storybooks and fairy tales, larger-than-life icons of adventure and strength with glossy rust and inky black stripes. What youngster wouldn't want their own mini tiger as a real-life plush toy and companion? Well, ingenious cat breeders managed to create exactly that in the Toiger. Short for toy tiger, the Toiger cat was masterminded by veteran Bengal breeder Judy Sugden when she noticed one of her Bengals had circular facial markings resembling a tiger's. Through carefully melding street cats from India with recessive tabby genes into her Bengal lines, Judy successfully birthed striped orange-dotted kittens by the early 2000s, the first Toigers. It took several generations of strategic crossbreeding to make Toigers resemble tiny tigers from whiskers to tail tip. Their fur morphs orange background hues overlaid with charcoal stripes, then deepens as they mature. Muscular bodies, thick necks, and rippling shoulder blades finish crafting their eye-fooling tiger illusion. Toiger's signature forfeit to fantasy is a gently tapering tail instead of the tiger's long, ropey version. Beneath show-stopping stripes lies an affectionate, people-focused personality. Toigers thrive when involved in family fun. Clever and highly trainable, they pick up tricks quickly and play joyful games of fetch and tag. Owners praise them as therapy cats, too, intuitively comforting and connecting with humans needing emotional support. Toiger breeders continue perfecting this miniature marvel that conjures the spirit of tigers, with artful stripes and a sunny attitude. For all their cub-like cuteness, though, Toigers champion tiger awareness too by donating royalties to conservation efforts. Now that's a stroke of genius. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.